Good morning, everybody. This is Grant from State of the Spark, and I am super pumped for today's show. We've got some secret alpha. Read the description below, and I've got a secret insight for you for if you're looking for a particular investment that might be worth researching, not financial advice. But we're going to be talking today about so much good stuff. Number one, just a midweek encouragement. We don't have a big lesson. I got a midweek encouragement to you this morning, very brief. I just want to encourage you. Why? Because in the middle of the week, things can get frustrating. I know. And that's okay. Then get frustrating for me too. I'll share a little bit about that. But before that, we've got other news that's going to keep you smarter, news that's going to keep you on the cutting edge, but also remind you of your inner artistic spiritual self. That's what other news is about today. We're going to be covering a little bit of what's going on in the markets, just very briefly. We're going to be covering how the Vatican is going online, this morning. And we're going to be covering what's going on with the full blood moon, flower, lunar eclipse. More on that in a second. But before we do anything, you know what we're doing. We're starting with a morning cup of gratitude. Oh, coffee drip. Boop. What are you grateful for this morning? Listen, one of the main reasons we keep getting together. Yes, we're here to talk about what's going on with crypto, what's going on with NFTs, what's going on in the art world, what's going on with the lunar eclipse, but really what's going on with freedom, what's going on with financial freedom, spiritual freedom, inner freedom. That's what we're talking about. If you want to talk more about that stuff, visit us at the Discord. That's in the comments below. And if you want to get my trades as we do our buy alerts, which are not often because I do dollar cost averaging, but if you just want to support the show and get our buy alerts and be involved, you also get early alpha on our investor NFT pass, which is not coming out soon. We're working on it, and I got an update for you on that, which I'll have a little bit later in the show. But join our Discord in the comments below. Check out our Patreon. But what I'm grateful for is I got to interview an awesome dynamic duo. This awesome dynamic duo goes by the moniker MetaMoms NFT. This is Noelle. I don't even know her last name. And Ryan. They're two partners. Both girls are awesome founders. And they're artists first. And I was able to do my preliminary interview with them yesterday, and we just connected by Zoom. And when I do interviews with people for the show, I like to do preliminary interviews to make sure I connect with them, to make sure I learn about who they are. And they were just so full of energy. Noelle and I were on the phone call for a while at first, and she was just sharing her art journey and how they assembled their team. And then Ryan hopped on the call, and she had awesome input to add. And I've lurked in their Discord, and I've really enjoyed the tone. They resisted opening a Discord for their NFT line. If you're familiar with NFTs at all, you know that Discord's the place to go. Well, they resisted this because there is quite often, and I will agree with this, a toxic teenage masculine kind of gamer vibe in a lot of the Discord servers. And they resisted for a long time. But as Discord is becoming the go-to place because it's got a lot of awesome tools for a particular community to connect, the girls, being awesome boss girls, said, you know what, let's evolve with this. And they started curating their own Discord. So I really encourage you to check out MetaMoms NFT. And guess what? This is early alpha as well, because they haven't even launched their NFT line. So if you go follow them on Twitter, MetaMoms NFT, that's just their handle, and then get involved with some of their spaces as I've been able to do recently, you will actually be included in some of the whitelist and some of the early information going on with that. We're going to have them on the show twice, once in another few weeks, just to talk to them about the project overall. I'll get to ask my questions, and then again, closer to the launch of their NFT line. You know, I'm packing my bags, meaning I'm stacking some Ethereum into my Ethereum wallet to make sure I'm ready for their launch. And as you know, the success in NFTs is getting in early with projects you like, with people you like. So that's what I'm grateful for, and I'm grateful for you today. I'm grateful for the show. I'm grateful that there's 4 of you, 6 of you, 3 of you, 7 of you hopping on the show, trying to get encouragement today, trying to learn something, hopefully be more intelligent today. So like and share today's show if you know someone in your life who needs to know a little bit more about what's going on in the markets, a little bit more about what we're doing. Now, today's not a hardcore crypto show at all, so don't be afraid. Today's an encouragement show, and it's going to be very brief, but I've got some highlights for you. Number 1, let's talk about other news. News that's going to make you smarter, that when you talk to your friends, you don't just talk about the things they want you to talk about. You don't talk about the things media wants you to talk about. You'll have other, more interesting things to talk about. Let's talk about the full flower lunar eclipse very quickly. On May 15th at 10:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, For about 1.5 hours, we're going to get an awesome full moon. Now, this will be known as the flower moon. And I should know the history on the flower moon. It will be visible from the Americas and Antarctica. It's a full lunar eclipse. Now, a lunar eclipse, as opposed to a solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse is when the moon is hidden by Earth's shadow. A solar eclipse is when the sun is blocked by the moon's shadow. So we have a full lunar eclipse starting at 10:28 p.m. on May 15th. Now, this will also be a blood moon, and the blood moon is simply this. It's a full flower moon because of this time of season that it's out, which is often spring, May, right? And the full moon that happens in May is often called the flower moon because its correlation to spring. Now, it's also called a blood moon because when it's a full moon at night, the color actually looks blood red. That's why we call them blood moons. That's what a blood moon is. Here's a quick link. If you want to check out more about the full blood moon, boom, there you go. You got it in your inbox. You're ready to go. Now, a quick piece of other news. What's going on in the markets and alpha? For my crypto boys and girls out there, quick piece of news. Traditional markets, the TradFi markets. We call them traditional finance markets or TradFi markets. The S&P 500 this morning is down by just 0.48%. Not a lot. It's virtually sideways. It could go any direction. The Dow this morning is down 0.2%. Same story. These are very small numbers relative to the entire market, and they could go up, could go down. Not really an indication of the day. And as we know, the traditional markets are only open 8 to 5 or 8 to 4 or 9 to 5, depending on which exact market you're looking at. But the DeFi markets themselves, Bitcoin is up 1.21%. That's fantastic. Ethereum is up 0.03%. That's virtually sideways. And Cardano, ADA, Cardano, its ticker symbol is ADA, is up 2.34%. I love Cardano. Most of my NFT collections will continue to be launched on Cardano. I will continue to support high-end Cardano projects because I think it's more affordable to the average citizen. And I'm also thinking about my brothers and sisters who are passionate about technology, passionate about personal freedom, passionate about financial freedom in the developing world. For those of my friends that are in the Dominican Republic or Haiti or Jarrett Carpenter's friends in Colombia or Eastern Bloc friends of Dr. Joe Childs, all friends of mine who I know have personal relationships with people in the developing world, they will not be able to do Ethereum because Ethereum is so expensive to do transactions, usually to the tune of hundreds of dollars. Cardano transactions are often less than $1. So that market is up 2.34%. Fun fact about Cardano. Cardano does about 100,000 transactions on the Cardano network a day, which each transaction holds 3 payments. So 3 of my friends all do payments. That would be considered one, not transaction as you and I both know at money exchanging, but it's basically one block or one transaction on the Cardano network. Ends up being about 300,000 payments per day compared to Ethereum, which maxes out at about 1.1 million transactions today, as we found out last weekend with the debacle of the Bored Apes Metaverse launch called Otherside. Now, I'm not hating at all on Ethereum. I like a lot of what Ethereum's doing, but they've got to scale down. Patty McMullen, I hope that's your real name because it's awesome. Patty McMullen, I also like Cardano. I like Cardano for a lot of reasons, but if anyone's been paying attention, this debacle hit ApeCoin very hard, and ApeCoin tanked. It's spiking a little bit this morning. It had a 10% spike about an hour ago. But generally, people were sitting on ApeCoin at $25 per ApeCoin, and now it's down to about 15. But Cardano has about 100,000 transactions a day, which amounts to 300,000 payments around the world going on the Cardano network, whereas Ethereum only holds about 1.1 million, and Ethereum is maxed. There are layer 2 solutions out there, which we could talk about some other day, that help with scaling in an awesome way, of course. But my favorite is Cardano because it is a fit solution. And with the next hard fork, it's going to get even more capacity and keep growing. And I believe globally it's being built. It's been a very slow build, but that gives me hope that it's been very intentional. And again, I do all of my transactions on it. That's alpha for what's going on in the TradFi markets and the DeFi markets. Let's talk about how Vatican's go in online, aka NFTs from the Vatican. Let's talk about it. Yes, the Vatican has announced that in partnership with a company, which I'll announce later, and I'm going to give this to you because not many people pay attention to art news. I pay attention to a lot of art news, and this company will announce in a little bit that they'll be partnering with the Vatican. Now, the Vatican has a lot of adherents. And when the Vatican does this, this will onboard an entire new audience to the cryptoverse, the metaverse. So they're creating an NFT gallery online. Now, what this means is this: the Vatican holds hundreds, if not thousands, of art from the 16th century and beyond. Globally, they have one of the most respected art collections around. There is a treasure trove of sculptures, 3D sculptures, and we finally have the technology through NFTs and through VR and AR to have very decent representations of this work online. Obviously, plenty of paintings, plenty of artworks, plenty of tapestries available from the Vatican. Well, they have partnered. Here's the company you could look up: Sensorium. Sensorium. Let me put that in the comments below. Sensorium. Boom. Patty jumps in. Patty says, yes, Ethereum is very expensive to use, 100% too expensive for most people around the world to participate in. It's still a classist hierarchy right now in Cardano. And if you look at Cardano's mission statement, Cardano is bringing financial identity to the bankless or something to that effect, which I love. I put in the comments below, Sensorium is the company that is partnering with the Vatican. Now, Sensorium is largely a VR company. And what I didn't get from the article, and I have the link for you, what I didn't read in the article, and I need to read closer, is which blockchain the Vatican will be going on. Now, one has to assume that the Vatican's probably just going to load this up on the Ethereum network. But one hopes that they get a little more creative and see other networks that are more affordable to the masses, yes, pun intended, the masses, something like Cardano, and there's other networks like Polygon or something like that. But let me give you the link, and you can research this down. Sensorium is the company. Boom. Do your homework. Get there early, because if you get in early, I believe there might be an opportunity that the Vatican, as it emails its Catholic adherents and its following, and they know, oh my gosh, this is now available in the metaverse. This is probably prepping for a land sale, and either Decentraland, most likely Decentraland, or the Sandbox, somewhere like that, where they have or build their own metaverse. For all we know, the Vatican is actually building up towards its own metaverse that will hook into other metaverses. So if that's the case, you have to think that the Vatican's probably working day and night, and maybe they'll have a better launch than other side. Maybe we could actually go to the other side of the Vatican if they participate, and then they'll probably have their NFTs displayed in their metaverse. So watch closely for the Vatican on what they're doing. If nothing more, then that's signaling in a huge way how the globe is moving towards having a digital virtual representation, because the tools are there. Here we go. Bergoglio, I'm probably saying this completely wrong, will probably go for VeChain. He loves China. Who is Bergoglio? Forgive me that I'm out of touch. Forgive me for mispronouncing it, Patty. Forgive me, but I want to know more about this. Could you drop a link, please? I would love to hear more about who that is. I'm not in the know like I should be. And then why does he love China and VeChain? Please drop that in the show notes. I would appreciate that. Now let's talk about my morning encouragement for you today and what's going on with our build. For those who don't know, we own a variety. Oh, the Pope. I didn't know his last name was Bergoglio, so forgive me, please. I didn't realize. I only know him as what. Maybe I'm behind by a Pope. I know that the last Pope I paid attention to was Saint Francis. So please forgive me, and the Catholic followers out there, please forgive me for not knowing that the Pope's name is Bergoglio. If I'm even saying that correctly, I should be drawn and quartered for not knowing that. So thank you so much for calling that out, Patty. I appreciate it, man. So today's moment of encouragement. For those who don't know, we've got a variety of companies that are out there. I'm spinning a lot of plates. I have a coaching business. Marissa's making changes with how she's producing income. We've got real estate. We've got a real estate person walking through. I'm also trying to do 75 hard, which I have absolutely not done at all, other than maybe try to get my eating correct. And only that has happened because Marissa is getting the eating in the household correctly for her 75 hard attempt. We're spinning a lot of plates. We're also going with the show. We're also interviewing awesome people like MetaMoms NFT. We're also creating awesome networks with Dr. Joe Childs and Indiana Wesleyan and Jarrett Carpenter with More Than Blockchain, building a lot of good relationships in the space, and I'm happy for it. And we're building towards, all of that to say, we're building towards our own investment group based on State of the Spark, a non-location nation of individuals who live by the same principles. We need our own treasury. I stumbled into Bitcoin in 2011, for those who don't know. because I was looking for a cryptocurrency. I was looking for a non-fiat currency for my non-location nation. State of the Spark is a non-location nation, and we're formulating that in the Discord slowly over time. It's a lifelong project, and it's going to take a lot of work. If you want to get involved, let us know. Jump in the Discord. Building a non-location nation, and I want us to be one of the first non-location nations recognized by governing bodies. So we're working towards this societal experiment. And one of the things we needed was currency, but it didn't even exist when I started this in 2008. Well, as those who do know, 2008 was the year Bitcoin launched. I didn't hear about it till 2011. And we got involved in cryptocurrency, and I'm geeked out about it. And now we're launching the investment layer, which is the early founder layer, if you will, of State of the Spark. And that will be our NFT pass. I have sneak peeks of that in the Discord. And this NFT pass, we're working on assembling our team right now. We're assembling our developers. We've got the concept art. We're putting together the tokenomics on that. We'll launch a token and a PFP launch. And then we'll start getting into investments, investing in the developing world, which is why I'm so geeked out about Cardano. Investing in minority businesses and investing in Web3. We're going to be doing all this. And this is a lot. And obviously, I have let a lot of things go in my personal life. I realized the laundry was still not put away this morning. I realized that my desk was still a mess. I realized that I haven't been getting to the TLE, what we call in the Spark Nation, TLE, the total life experience of fitness and health, healthy, happy relationships, work we enjoy, and spirituality. I've been letting my fitness and health go. I've been letting my spirituality go. I've been letting a lot go. And so I turned to one of my favorite encouraging pieces of material. You see, J.R.R. Tolkien, his buddy C.S. Lewis once said, between every new thing you read, I'm living in crypto Twitter. I'm getting new stuff all the time. C.S. Lewis said, between every new thing you read, you should read an old thing. Yes, for those who don't know, this is a book. So many of us live in the cryptoverse, and pretty soon we live in Kindle or we listen to audiobooks or podcasts, and we will have to be reminded that what these things are books. But for right now, this is the book I'm reading, the Hagakure. And this is a book about samurai mentality that has stayed with me for years. I read it alongside a lot of my other books that have changed my life, like Pathways to Bliss and Think and Grow Rich. These are books I just read through every single year. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I'm just mulling through those as my old readings between all of my new readings. And this morning, I just wanted to share this with you. With all the stuff you have going on, I'm sure you have a lot going on. I'm sure if you're watching this show, you're trying to pay attention to your financial freedom. I'm sure if you're watching this show, you might check in on Mondays for personal development. So you're trying to take care of your fitness and health. You're trying to take care of your family. But if you're paying attention on Fridays, you're probably involved in a Discord or 10 Discords somewhere, and you're trying to keep up with crypto Twitter. I feel you. Along with that, you're trying to. Here's Lisa Welsh. She's out there planting crops. She has, for those who don't know, Vitality Farms, which does a lot of awesome stuff to bring greens and healthy food to the world. That's her mission. A lot of you are doing a lot of awesome things. And by the middle of the week, if you're like me, even by Wednesday, it's only been 2 work days. And by Wednesday, you feel like your brain is spinning and you let the critical things go. But let me encourage you, the critical things are your foundation. They're the things that give you the mental energy, the mental bandwidth. Fitness and health, keeping blood flowing to your brain, eating the right things. These are the things that keep your head on straight when things are crazy. I think it was Martin Luther King who said, oh, your day is full, your schedule is packed, you don't have time to pray. That probably means you need to pray for another hour. Now, for those who don't know, I'm a big fan of my roots in Christianity. And I also read the Bible. And if nothing more, I read the Bible for meditation. I read the Hagakure for meditation. And here's what the Hagakure said to me this morning to the samurai. It said this: if one distinguishes between public places and one's private places like their sleeping quarters, when the world needs you, there will be no time for apologies. Basically, they're saying if you are not taking care of your home, if you're not making your bed, if you are not taking care of your private spaces, you might be able to front when you're out there. But if the time calls, if the battle cry happens, if your presentness is required, you're also going to be scattered then too. And you will fail, and there will be no time for apologies. It goes on to say this piece of encouragement: if it were not for people who demonstrate valor and attentiveness in their sleeping quarters, one could not find them on the battlefield either. Pay attention to the private places. I encourage you today, if you're feeling fried at all, If you're looking around your space and you feel a bit disorganized and you don't know where to begin, if you're looking at all of your responsibilities, your streams of income, the investments in front of you, if you've got a long list of sticky notes, and listen, I'm not preaching to you, I'm preaching to me. Look at this. These are all of my sticky notes for today. I've got lists in Google Keep for today of things that I just need to do. And this doesn't even include my daily job that I work within our website company, Spark Sites. I need to pay attention to that. I got great clients like Lisa Welsh, great clients who deserve my attentiveness. We just rolled out a new feature for them called Links Pages. I got a lot to pay attention to, and in between moments, I'm also trying to get aggressive in our crypto and NFT flips and trying to keep up with my team for our investor pass. If you're like me at all and you feel clogged and you don't know what to do next, you don't know which sticky note to grab, you don't know what task to do, and you're feeling that analysis paralysis collide in the middle of the week, let me encourage you, go make your bed. Let me encourage you, go put the laundry away. Let me encourage you, go put the dishes away and then do some Wim Hof breathing. If you're not familiar with Wim Hof, the Wim Hof breathing, look it up, Google it. I don't have the YouTube link for you right now, but go get that and get some oxygen to your brain. Then go for a walk in the neighborhood or around the lake, wherever you're at. Take 15 minutes, get your breathing going, and then put your best foot forward, put your clothing on, get your game face on, push yourself together. Don't go, woe is me. Go intensity and face the battle. And I guarantee you're going to find yourself in a position of strength again to face what you need to face today. Can I guarantee you'll get through all of your lists? No, of course not. Can I guarantee you're going to actually buy that right investment or make the right calls? No, but I guarantee you're going to have a bit more presentness, a bit more bandwidth, a bit more mental strength. And why am I talking about any of this? Whether or not you look at Cardano today, whether or not you research Sensorium, who's helping the Vatican go online, whether or not you make your bed this morning, why are we talking about any of this? We're talking about it because the world needs your greatest. The world needs your gifts. The world needs your encouragement. I need your encouragement. Why am I geeked out about crypto? Is it a great financial opportunity for those seeking freedom, which is what State of the Spark is all about? 100%. Is it the currency and technology that will facilitate the non-location nation? 100%. But that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because the world needs you. The world needs your greatest. And so no matter what you do today, remember why we do all of this. Remember why we step up and try each and every day to ignite lives of explosive significance, starting with your own. Have a killer day.